I did not want to talk about this because there was a lot of hype around this, but Archie Manning looked good. He looked solid as a quarterback, and it just wasn't from the reason because they played the University of Texas, University of Texas, San Antonio Roadrunners. Of course, that team is hogwash, but just being able to come into the game, and then not have a drop off with their quarterback is insane. Um, he came in and you ask yourself, man, like Quin Ewers looked good, and then you know Quin Ewers was running the offense well. Then you look at Archie Manning, you're like, okay, this offense looks even better. Um, you know, from him running the ball, from Archie Manning running the ball, making decisions, passing the ball down the field, how quick he was making decisions, how decisive he was, understanding. I mean, it was almost like he had the scouting report. He was playing the game in the first half and just kind of picked up where he left off. There was no fall off. There was no fall off when Archie came in. Um, he is an exceptional um, um, backup, the best backup in college football, and if he continues to play at this level, uh, what's Sark Steve Sarkisian's gonna have a problem of figuring out who does he play as a quarterback because there will be a battle. I mean, when Quin Ewers come back, do you play him? Or do you give him do you play him and then say, hey, look, as soon as you mess up, I'm pulling you, or do you just play Archie the hot hand? Texas is going to have a daunting schedule because Texas does. I mean, Texas really hasn't played. Personally, I don't think they played anybody. They played Colorado State. They played Michigan. They played Texas, El Paso, Monroe, then Mississippi State. That's pretty much a cupcake schedule so far. Their first real test is in Week 6 against Oklahoma. They play Georgia, and they only have four ranked teams on their schedule. Big Ten I don't count. Big Ten's overrated, but you have A&M your last game of the season, which the A&M always plays tough, and it's a rivalry game, and you have to go to A&M as well, so it's gonna be a big one. But you got Georgia and Oklahoma. I mean, in the middle part of the season, and of course the SEC championship if you make it there. But Archie Manning looked good, and I would like to see Archie Manning a little bit more. I'm sure they're try not gonna show too much of Archie Manning. Against University U of L Monroe. They'll probably bring that guy Trey Owens in who came and backed up. But we're seeing what Archie Manning is capable of, and it's good. He looks good. And looking at looking back, look back at the film, very, very, very decisive. Didn't hesitate. He knew where to go with the ball. He picked his spots, chose his matchups, ran the ball when he needed to. So these are things that you want from your starting quarterback, and he gave that in you as a backup. There was no fall off. I mean, for to come and really play, the end of the second quarter, really play in 2 quarters and then amass for 5 touchdowns is impressive. So we'll see how things play out in Texas. But Archie Manning looks solid, and I think it's something we should pay attention to if there's a quarterback battle in Texas.